Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Progressive Podcast. It is your host here, Mietani Chitambira and Edmilson Guilaze. This is episode 90 of the Progressive Podcast. What happens to you mentally when you go your own way? And ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening to this, please take notes. All right, so as you know, Dumi and I, we are still away from each other, and I think I'm starting to have some withdrawal symptoms. I miss my bro. I miss my guy, dude. This I don't know how we did this, because this is how we started the podcast. Actually, he was in Moz, I was in Swaziland. Would lock in, and our episodes used to be an hour and a half. Do me, bro. I do not know how on earth we did that, but we did it. We're here, 90 episodes later. 90 episodes later, we are on the road to 100 episodes, and you can probably hear it in my voice how ecstatic I am, and this is crazy. I remember calling Dumi about the project, and I was like, yo, dude, let's do a podcast. And it's like, what? And that's Dumi's reaction, like Dumi does this thing, and it's like, what? Yeah, that would be cool, and I remember I sent a voice note elaborating, and that's how we communicate, Dumi and I communicate in voice notes, especially when he was in Canada. He was 10 hours behind. Good Lord, we're telling you, like 32-minute voice notes back and forth, and that was one of the reasons why I was like, dude, we talk a lot already. We've got some knowledge, right? So let's just do a podcast. And here we are, 90 episodes later. That puts us in the top 1% of podcasters in history. That's crazy. But anyways, my week has been good. I've been here at home. I've been devouring everything my mom and dad cook for me. It's amazing. I feel like I'm gaining weight, which is even better because winters it's not easy. It's not easy this side here in winter, but I am doing good. Gonna enjoy one more week at home before I head back. I think Dumi will be back before I come back, so then we'll be able to give you guys some proper content. But for now, this will have to do. Cool. Icebreakers, yes. So, and I think we've had this winter chat before. Summer or winter? No, let's say it like this. Is it right? Is it correct? No. Here is the icebreaker. And it's a yes or no question. Sleeping with socks on, yes or no? Personally, why are we doing that? Why are we sleeping with socks on, fam? Unless it's like really cold, like really cold, like fully like freezing, like your teeth are on some. Like that's how cold it is. Then I get it. Otherwise, man, free your feet, fam. Let them breathe. Let them breathe. But anyways, you guys let us know what you guys think. Do you guys sleep with your socks on or not? I don't, even in the winter, unless, like I said, I'm shivering like. Anyways, cool. We are now gonna head over to Dumi and see how he's been doing.
Welcome to another episode of the Progressive Podcast. This is episode 90. What happens to you mentally? And if you're listening, please take notes. Right. What happens to you mentally? This is the new episode we have, or the new topic we have for today. But before we get into the nitty gritties of the topic, obviously, we need to speak about how the week was, as well as, just talk a little bit about our icebreaker question. But firstly, how was my week? Yes. It was a good week. It was a good week. I'd say probably 8 out of 10, because just a lot of great things happened this week. I'm still at home, right? I should be back in Joburg any moment now, probably within the next couple of days, something like that. But for the time being, I'm I'm still at home, and yeah, it's just been great to see family, friends, and yeah, just relax. And also, it really actually has been great to just catch up with some of my friends, that I haven't seen in a while. And yeah, I'm quite happy. The reason why I said I'd rate the week 8 out of 10 is because there's some things that I wasn't able to do that I wanted to do. But for the most part, it's been a great week. It's been a great week. Or last week was a great week. So yeah. With regards to the icebreaker question, the question that I have right here in front of me is, what's one thing on your bucket list that you hope to accomplish in the next year? There's so much, actually. There's so much, and to be fair, I actually have not looked at my bucket list in a long time, in a minute. When did I make? I think I started making it in 2020, I think, maybe 2021, or maybe a bit earlier than that. I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, I started making it quite a while ago, and it's not too big, but it does have quite a bit in it. But one thing that I would like to do before, or I hope to do before, or accomplish before next year, is that I would love to go to like a Christian concert or festival. I've never really gone to one of those, and I know that there's quite a few in South Africa throughout the year. So I'd love to go to one of those and just kind of, yeah, just be in that atmosphere, experience the presence of the Lord with brothers and sisters in Christ. And yeah, that's one thing. There's a lot more on that bucket list that I can speak about on another day, but I'd say that's all for now. Maybe on another day we may discuss a bit more about the bucket list. When I'm with Mietani, actually. Maybe we should even have an episode just like on bucket list stuff. I don't know, just it's a something fun, interesting, just like a side topic kind of thing. But yeah, that's my icebreaker for this week.
All right. Thank you, Doomy. Thank you for that. It's always glad. I'm always happy to hear how my guy is doing, man. That's my dog. That's my brother. Anyways, now let's get on to the serious business. So what happens to you mentally when you go your own way? All right. And in this season, we've really been tackling, if I may say, we've really been, just tackling, this thing of going your own way. Everyone's like, yeah, no, you should start a business. You should do this. You should do that, but at what cost, right? And that's what we have been wanting to unpack for you guys. All right. 90 episodes later, season 11. This is what we want to unpack for you guys. All right. And I've got about 5 points. Doomy's got a couple of points. So I'm going to knock my 5 points out of the way so you can hear Doomy's side of it as well. And then we go end it off with a nice quote of the week. And we'll call it a day. Cool. All right. Cool. So before we get into these 5 points, see, the thing about going your own way and what happens to you mentally, right? And it's a good thing, right? As crazy as whatever it may be, you can go your own way, start your own business, leave that job, do something crazy, and it may backfire. It may backfire, and it can be hell for you sometimes, right? But here's something that either way, and I think it was Drake who said this in one of his songs, and he says, either hand is the upper hand. And either way, it's a win-win situation. Whether you win or lose, it's a win-win situation because he left that situation with knowledge. And knowledge is what? Power, right? And if you want to get better, you kind of need that knowledge. You need that know-how, right? So here are some 5 points that I personally believe will, this is what happens to you, mentally, right? Increased confidence, all right? You become more confident in your decisions and abilities as you rely on your own judgment rather than seeking validation from others. All right. And I guess everyone goes through a phase like this where it's like, dude, what do you think? Should I wear this? Should I wear that? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? After going on your own journey, after some time, it's like, bro, I'm wearing this. Instead of, what do you think, man? Nah, I'm not too sure. Nah, none of that. And it gets to a point where it's not even you trying to be mean or trying to be rude. It's just that you're just so comfortable in yourself, in your abilities, that if your friends don't like it, they don't like it. That's just what it is. If they don't like me wearing yellow pants with bananas all over them, dude, I'm wearing yellow pants with bananas all of them. That's just what it is. Right? So increased confidence is one thing for sure. It's one thing for sure that I can tell you that will happen when you go your own way. All right? Number 2, clarity of purpose. This is a real game changer. You gain a clearer understanding of your goals and priorities, allowing you to focus your energy on what truly matters to you. And there's a lot of guys that come across, man, dudes will come to me and they'll be like, dude, can you be like my older brother? And I'm like, what do you mean, fam? What do you mean, can I be your older brother? And it's a thing of like, no, man, like what you said really resonated with me. And if I could hear that every day, I think I'll be a much better person. I think that would help me follow my my goals, my dreams, and have a clearer purpose. And I think for a guy, I think for a human being, guy, girl, whatever the case may be, right? I think it's very important to have purpose, But as a guy, because I'm a guy, that is that one thing. That search for purpose, it's if you don't have if you don't have it figured out, it can really take a toll on you, and I guess as a human, after some time you get tired of floating like a plastic bag in the city. The wind is just taking you for whatever it is. So really, 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 that clarity on purpose, man, everything just becomes crystal clear. Like that, what is it called? 2020 vision? Yeah, exactly. Cool. Point number 3, inner strength. All right. By charting your own path, you develop resilience and inner strength to overcome challenges and setbacks without relying on external validation or support. Now, don't get me wrong. Support is good, but support is not always there. That doesn't mean that they're not supporting you. I started my business when I was here with my mom and dad. They were able to support me a lot more until I moved to Johannesburg. They would call here and there. They would pop in. I call them every day as frequently as I possibly can, right? But on the days when it's quiet, support isn't there. What's going to keep me going? It's that inner strength, right? And it doesn't mean that my friends and family don't support me. It's just there's times where you have to push the weight yourself. You got to unleash that inner dog who's going to carry the boats and the logs. You don't know me, son. Anyways, that's it for inner strength. 4th point is self-discovery. Going your own way mentally often involves self-exploration and discovery, leading to a deeper understanding of your values, beliefs, and desires. And I think this is what I am on right now. And I feel more okay, yo, English, man. I feel like I'm on a self-discovery journey right now, and I want to reinvent myself. That's the journey that I'm on. And especially now when it comes to having a deeper understanding of my values and my beliefs and my faith, that is something that I am really trying to get better at, and to have a better understanding of the Bible and what it says, and and the instructions that are there. And the Bible is a guide for everything, and it's glory to God. So for me, that's what I'm on. That self-discovery one. It's a real chat. It's a real chat. Highly recommend. I co-sign to that one. I mean, I co-sign to all of these things, but that one, I would put a star next to it. And then the last point on my end is independence. You become more independent and self-reliant, right? Capable of making decisions and taking actions without being overly influenced by others' opinions or expectations, right? And it goes back to what I was saying. If you want to wear a pair of yellow pants with bananas all over it, you wear yellow pants with bananas over it. That's how you feel. You feel bananas, you go bananas. You get what I'm saying? So independence it's crucial, especially when it now comes time to leave, to move out from your mom and dad's house or from family, right? When now you have to go fend for yourself, make your own money, make your own everything really at the end of the day. And if you don't have that independence, too much dependence is too much. Too much dependence is too much. Come on now, dude. Too much dependence is it's not good. It's not healthy, and I don't recommend it. I really don't. And and I mean this in the most respectful way. If you're in a situation where you kind of have no choice, fine, fair and fine. But if you're not, come on now, dog. Come on, man. Independence is good, and yeah, you gotta be independent, man. You gotta be independent. But anyways, that's me. Now let's head over to Dumi and let's hear what he has to say.
Right. So now we're on the main part of the episode. What myself and Mietani, we like to call it the main course. So yeah, so right now we're on the main course, and what happens to you mentally, right? And so obviously, just to quickly recap, this season 11 is going your own way. That's the topic or the theme of the season. And yeah, we're just discussing why one should go their own way, positives, negatives, and just kind of the general discussion about why it's important for one to at least consider making their own path, where they walk and they do their own thing and not necessarily repeat what someone else has already done. And whatever you do, right, there's always a physical aspect, as in what you're physically doing, and then there's a mental aspect. So there's always two aspects to what you're doing. There's the physical aspect, and then there's the mental aspect. For me, for example, let's say we're playing football. I like football, right? So we're playing football. So physically, I'm running around with my friends and I'm kicking a ball, and that's what I'm doing physically. But mentally, inside, there's something else that's happening. Maybe, I'm not the most athletic person to begin with, right? So as I'm doing this stuff, I'm getting fitter with my friends. But in order for me to get there, I have to kind of push myself mentally, push my body to go over its limits so that it can then get to the level of fitness required to enjoy the game more, right? So that was just a basic, I'm not sure how good that was, but it was just a basic explanation of the fact that there's a physical and then there's a mental aspect, right, to everything that we do. So the question that we're here to ask or to answer is, what happens to you mentally when you decide to go your own way, or when you are going your own way? And there are three things really. I mean, in all honesty, there's many things, but we're gonna tackle three things. And the reason why, before I go into that, the reason why we don't necessarily tackle everything in every topic that we speak about across any season is because we want there to be room for you guys to also explore, in a sense. Like we might give you the basis for something, but then you'll get out there and you will explore and you will find out, oh, it's like this, it's not like this. Because a lot of the times we may speak about something, but then on the ground, it's not exactly as we said it. It's a bit different. Maybe some things are the same, some things are not. So it's important to understand that there's always going to be an element of you having to get out there and practicing or start to apply some of the things we talk about on the podcast. So I just wanted to highlight that. So one of the things here is kind of the self-discovery and identity formation. So when you go your own way, obviously you're exploring, or the exploration that happens will lead you to self-discovery and identity formation. And it's a mental journey that you go through where you uncover your values, your beliefs. You may even question your values. You may even question what you believe to really understand, oh, is this really what I actually want? Like when you decide, oh, no, I'm actually trying to do things my own way. Is this really what I actually believe? And it challenges you mentally, makes you question, is this my passion? And these are some of the things that will come up as you navigate your unique path. And so self-discovery and identity formation is certainly one of those things that kind of that's a part of the mental process that you go through when you go your own way, if we can say it like that. The other thing is challenges and resilience. So we spoke a bit about, if I remember correctly, we spoke about resilience in episode 89 as a positive, or kind of like building resilience, if we can say it like that. And so the what happens, right, when you go in your own way mentally is that you have mental challenges and obstacles that you will face when you go, how can I say, when you go against the grain. And when I say go against the grain, it just means that you don't necessarily do what society says that you need to do, or what society says that is the right way to do something. You do it based on believing that, you know what, I need to get out there, I need to find out for myself, and I need to make it happen. And I'm not just going to do it just because they say, oh, this is how you're supposed to do it. No, you really go out there and, pardon me, and you test it, if I can say it like that. And so these are some of the, mental challenges and obstacles that you'll face, things like, just kind of overcoming societal norms, maybe having criticism, right? Against you, maybe self-doubt. That can be a thing. It's not even coming from the outside, but from the inside. Self-doubt. And yeah, and these are some of the experiences that contribute to your mental growth. And so yeah, challenges, and these are the challenges that you face mentally, and this is what helps you to build resilience, because resilience is more often than not about the mental and not the physical, right? Because you can have your body there and it can give way, but if in your mind you've set yourself up to do something, then sometimes, or most times, your body will actually overcome that physical weakness or lack or just tiredness, fatigue, whatever it is. And so that's another thing. Challenges and resilience is another thing that's kind of part of the mental journey, if we can say it like that. Part of or what happens to you mentally while you're going on your own path. And the final point really that we have is about freedom and empowerment, right? And this is kind of to explore you explore the liberation, the mental liberation and empowerment that comes from embracing autonomy and choosing your own direction. So there's a certain impact mentally that it will have on your well-being when you kind of really just kind of come into your own and understand that, oh, like, I am now free to do what I want to do. I'm not necessarily held down by, what people are saying, or, people that don't necessarily care about me. They just think, oh, they know what's best, so on and so forth. And so you kind of just come into this freedom and empowerment to be like, oh, okay, you know what, now I can set my own rules and then go about executing those, if I can say it like that. And obviously, the one thing that is important to understand as well with freedom and empowerment, if I can say it like that, is that also comes with responsibility. So yes, in a way, you're kind of free to do whatever you want, quote unquote, but that does come with consequences. So that's the place where we come to understand that rules aren't always bad. There's a reason why certain things are done the way they are in society, right? So there's certain things that there's certain patterns that you don't have to follow, that you can kind of go against the grain and do what you need to do. But there's certain patterns that it's probably better for you to follow, purely based on the fact that there could be a lot of consequences if you don't follow them that way. So there's a balance there. There is the freedom and empowerment, but it's also understanding that that freedom, that mental freedom, if I can say it like that, it comes with responsibility. It comes with responsibility. And if I can be honest, I know that more often than not, that's not something that people like to talk about. You know, they don't want to hear. They want to hear me say just freedom and empowerment. There it is. I can just go do whatever I want, and and it'll all be all right. That's not the case. That's not the case. Every action has a reaction. Everything that you do has a consequence. And so I'm stating it there. It's a fact that, like when you choose to go your own way, there's the freedom, there's the empowerment, and mentally, you'll feel like you're just capable of doing whatever it is that you want. And there is room, there is room for creativity, there is room for innovation, but you have to see kind of how you go about doing that. Because again, like I've said, freedom and empowerment also comes with responsibility. And if you don't have responsibility, then things can go wrong very, very quickly, very quickly. But yeah, guys, those are kind of just those three things that I just wanted to touch on. I know that Mietani will also be touching on certain things with regards to what happens to you mentally. But just to quickly go over self-discovery and identity formation, challenges and resilience, and freedom and empowerment. Those are the three points that I wanted to go through with you guys today. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. We do have obviously more coming for this season, and I don't know about you guys, but I am enjoying it. It's a bit odd to record like this, where I'm here, Mietani is elsewhere, and we kind of have to do like a split thing. But yeah, no, I'm kind of taking it in style. One thing I've learned recently is that sometimes you just have to kind of, not always, but sometimes you just have to kind of not be stubborn and kind of just go with whatever is taking place. Sometimes you have to roll with things. Not all the time, but sometimes you have to roll with things. And now I'm just kind of rolling with it, and I'm trying to enjoy it as much as possible. And I think that I am, to be fair. I think that I am. But all right, guys, we'll see you next week for next week's episode. And until then, have a great week, guys. And yeah, let's get this bread.
Shout out my brother Doomy. Man was cooking. I could feel the heat across the borders, fam. You get what I'm saying? Wow. Cool. I'm just going to end it off with the quote of the week. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Going your own way mentally is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment, where confidence, clarity, and independence pave the path to fulfilling your true potential. Yeah, that right there, that's gold right there. That's gold right there. That's golden. Such a powerful statement, and that really sums it up. That really, really sums it up. And if you really enjoy our podcast, share it with your friends, share it with a friend, comment, engage with us. We get in comments. We got a DM the other day, and it's from Hello Minhaz. Let me know if I'm saying your name right. Hello Minhaz. He says, "Hey mate, just saw your video on YouTube. Your content is cool. Keep going." That is why we, messages like that really motivate us. And yeah, things like that. I'm extremely grateful for such things. It's not much, but it's honest work. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is that like, share, subscribe, share our podcast. It'll really help us grow. We are currently streaming in 43 countries. This is our 90th episode, and we are on the road to 100 episodes right here at the Progressive Podcast, brought to you by the Progressive Athlete. Cool. All right, we will see you guys in the next episode, and hopefully, Dimi and I, we will be reunited.